529 plans are often considered the holy grail of higher education savings accounts. In today's video, we're going to cover some of the benefits that make 529 plans so amazing. Plus, there's a recent change you will definitely want to be aware of, so stick around. My name is Spencer Ford, CEO and Wealth Advisor with Conservative Financial Solutions, also a certified financial planner professional. And historically, 529 plans have been used to save for college. For example, a parent can put money into a 529 plan for a child as a way to start saving for that child for when they go to college. As long as the funds inside of the 529 plan are used for a qualifying educational expense, all the funds inside the 529 plan, including any interest it earned, is available to be withdrawn tax-free. Qualified educational expenses include what you might expect, so tuition, room and board, books and supplies, computers, etc. However, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017 expanded the benefits of a 529 plan. Under the Act, families are now allowed to use 529 plans to pay up to $10,000 in tuition expenses at elementary or secondary, high school, whether that be public, private, or parochial schools. Many states even offer a state tax credit or state tax deduction for contributing to 529 plans. The two states that are closest to us are Ohio and Indiana. Ohio offers a state tax deduction of $4,000 per beneficiary per year. That means if you have two children and you contribute $4,000 to a 529 plan for each child, you will get an $8,000 state tax deduction. Indiana offers a tax credit up to $1,000. To get the full tax credit, you would need to contribute $5,000 to a 529 plan because the credit is equal to 20% of the contribution up to $1,000. And that's a really nice benefit because a credit is a dollar for dollar reduction on the actual tax owed. Here's the lesson. If you're in Ohio, Indiana, or a state that offers some kind of tax incentive for contributing to a 529 plan, and you are paying tuition for college, elementary, or secondary school out of pocket, don't do that without running it through a 529 plan first. Why not get the tax benefit? You're already spending the money anyways. Oh, and another thing to consider, because I hear this all the time, Spencer, I don't know if my son or daughter is going to be interested in college. That's okay. In fact, I wouldn't trust most colleges with my children these days anyways, but 529 plans can also be used for vocational and technical schools as well. There are even some more benefits to 529 plans if your children don't end up using the funds that we'll get to in just a moment. It's great for grandparents to contribute to 529 plans for their grandchildren. Not only will they get a state tax deduction or credit if they live in a state that does that, the money inside of a 529 plan with a grandparent as a custodian won't count against the child when applying for financial aid if it's distributed correctly. If a parent's the custodian, it can count against the child and most likely will count against the child if that child is applying for financial aid. Let's keep it going. Most people aren't aware of the next two benefits. A one-time distribution of $10,000 can be taken from a 529 plan to pay off student loan debt per beneficiary. And since you can change the beneficiary of a 529 plan whenever you want, you can grant a $10,000 distribution to pay off student loan debt to whomever you want. And last but not least, this one is hot off the press because it was just passed in December of 2022, but up to $35,000 of unused 529 plan funds can be used to roll into a Roth IRA for a beneficiary of a 529 plan. There are some stipulations. The 529 plan must be open for at least 15 years, and rollovers cannot exceed the annual Roth contribution limits, which is currently $6,500 for 2023. Also, funds that were placed into the 529 plan within the past 5 years, including earned interest, can't be rolled into the Roth IRA. These stipulations are designed to prevent people from just using the 529 plan as a way to get more money into Roth IRAs. But let me break it down for you a little bit by giving you an example. Again, a lot of times the objection I hear to utilizing a 529 plan is, what if my child doesn't go to college? This is a potential solution for that. Suppose a parent opens up a 529 plan for their 3-year-old. At age 18, their child decides that they don't want to go to college. They'd rather start their career now and learn on the job. At this time, there's $50,000 in the 529 plan. The parent has several options. They could switch the beneficiary of the 529 plan to someone else, like another child perhaps. Or they could start funding their child's Roth IRA for them each year from that 529 plan. The account has to be open for more than 15 years, which it has at that point, and then based on current Roth IRA contribution limits, the parent could fund their child's Roth IRA up to the child's earned income, or $6,500, whichever is less. So suppose the child's making $30,000 a year. The parent could fund their child's Roth IRA each year for a little over 5 years based on the contribution limit each year for a maximum of $35,000. Now there'd still be some money left in the 529 plan, but at least some of the funds were used for the benefit of the child and those for who the 529 plan was saved for. Plus, the benefit of funding a Roth IRA that early would be immense when you consider the compounding interest tax-free until retirement. What a head start. So either way, that 529 plan was put to good use. With the money left in the 529 plan, you might be able to use some of those funds to take advantage of some of those other strategies that we discussed. So to summarize, number one, contributions to 529 plans grow tax-free as long as you use them for a qualifying educational expense. For college, that includes tuition, room and boards, books and supplies, computers, and things of that nature. For elementary, secondary school, vocational, or technical school, up to $10,000 a year for tuition is a qualifying educational expense. Number two, many states offer a tax credit or deduction for contributing to a 529 plan, so make sure you check your state to see if you can get a tax incentive. Number three is, if structured correctly, assets in a 529 plan with a grandparent as a custodian do not count against the child when applying for financial aid. Number four, up to $10,000 can be used to pay off student debt tax-free. And number five, up to $35,000 can be used to fund a Roth IRA. Tax laws are constantly changing. Old opportunities pass, but new opportunities arise. So make sure you're working with a financial professional that's staying up to date on the tax code and helping you consider how you can best take advantage. If you would like to talk to one of our advisors, please give us a call on the number on the screen. And remember, conservative beliefs, conservative values, conservative financial solutions. I'm Spencer Ford, CEO and Wealth Advisor with Conservative Financial Solutions, and we'll see you in the next one.